Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantel Francis, and we are here to talk about Love Island UK Season 7, Episode 22. And if this is your first time on Reality Realness, well then welcome. We're very happy to have you. Please subscribe. We are building a community of people that love reality TV, and especially our favorite trashy dating reality TV shows is on the docket list for sure. So please join us in the chat. We love talking to you about these silly episodes. So we already have friends here in the chat. So hi, Tony. Thanks for joining. Tony, do you watch? Yeah, you do. I know you watched the US one. Do you watch the UK one as well? Is the question. So we see Aaron talking to Teddy and Hugo at the beginning of this episode. And he's talking about Danny, about the fact that Danny doesn't want to get mugged off. Aaron thinks that they kind of have just like a friendly rivalry going on. I think Aaron thinks it's a friendly rivalry, but Danny seems a little bit more of like, he's a little more angry, a little more of an aggressor in the situation. Like, he's quite mad about the fact that Aaron is even considering Lucinda. Does he not know the show that he's on? That's my question. Hi, Anna. Thanks for joining. No, not the UK. Okay, so this one is UK, so you might not know the characters that we're talking about, but I will be doing Love Island US with Tamika in about an hour, just so you know. But you can stay and hang out here. We are fine with that, of course. AJ is talking. It was really uncomfortable. Talking to Hugo, saying like I enjoyed being in bed with you, and okay, I wasn't sure. Anna, you can correct me if I was wrong, but did Hugo say like you're my little you're like a little Simba, and then he's like so quiet and coy? Where can you find the UK one? I'll have to. Do you have my either email me, so realityrealness with 3 S's at gmail.com, or if you find me on social media, all my links are in the description box. I can send you a way to watch them if you'd like. You have 22 episodes to catch up on, and 3 of those are unseen bits. So this was pretty boring. I have like 3 pages of notes, but it's just like me writing things down just to remember to talk about it, but I don't think it's going to actually be that long. So yeah, AJ talking with Hugo. I'm not really feeling that couple. It seems very forced to me. It doesn't seem natural. Hugo doesn't seem interested in her. I don't even think she seems interested in him. I think he's just like, she felt that he was the most open. Everybody else was kind of in love triangles or little relationships. Hi, Sam. I really had high hopes watching this in real time. This season has been a snoozer. Sam, I know. I mean, obviously, I still enjoy it. There is something about the aesthetic. I don't know if it's like the cameras that they use and then just their style and their accents. I just enjoy seeing the UK version a little bit more than how North American the US version is, but compared to all the other seasons of the UK, it's definitely a snoozer. Maybe when I'm sure Casa Amor is coming up pretty soon, maybe even this weekend. So if that's the case, maybe things will get a little spicy, put a little wrench in Liberty and Jake. But there's just no relationships that are really developing that need to be tested. Yes, I'm doing the US one after this one, Tony. So this one's usually pretty short. It's usually about 20 minutes. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to go live with Tamika to do USA. Hugo is very picky for someone who has no options, right? Like I don't think he's good at dating or good at like having women be forward in any sort of way with their intentions with him relationship-wise. I do think that AJ needs to read the situation a little bit better and see that he's really uncomfortable, because like I was really uncomfortable on like the cheese trap. like with her riding him and him kind of laughing and giggling. Like that was very uncomfortable for me. It's just a very uncomfortable duo right now. It doesn't seem comfortable at all. No problem. See you soon. So I've got a text. The Hideaway is open, and it's going to be for Chloe and Toby to go into the Hideaway. Chloe's definitely really excited. And this was the first time in the Hideaway that I really saw their relationship. And I don't know if they were like laying it on, but I like them the most that I've ever liked them in their Hideaway. They were kind of a silly, goofy couple, like licking chocolate off of each other and kind of laughing. And he's when he's going into the Hideaway, he's wearing the thong tuxedo and a cowboy hat, and they just weren't taking themselves that seriously. And it wasn't like, oh, it's gonna be such a sexy night. Like, it was just quite jovial and fun, and I liked seeing that side of the relationship. It seemed a little more interesting than some of the other couples so far. He said he hoped AJ didn't eat him. It's just a weird dynamic. It's just so. Hi, Natalie. Why is Lucinda on the show? If you have a boyfriend back home, you should not be on the show. She's on the show to get deal brands, like brand deals, to get sponsors, to get, the Boohoo and the Pretty Little Things and the Shein sponsorships, so she can be an influencer. Like, you knew when she came in, she wanted to be that just from the way she looks, kind of go down the Molly May trajectory, The fact that she stayed instead of Brad, and she said, like, something about opportunities, or you have more opportunities if you stay. It just seems as though that was her original MO. Hi, Netha. I haven't looked up. Did you look it up, Natalie? Her boyfriend? I saw one picture. He's not that cute. I didn't read if there was an article about it or anything. I just saw one picture of her and her boyfriend, like a selfie in the mirror. If you have more details, please let us know. How have they been? Do they live together? How long have they been dating? What does he think about her being on the show? All the tea, please. Lucinda is there for the Pretty Little Things deal. Absolutely. Sis gets shook every time there's a dumping. I know, she wants to stay on there as long as possible. I mean, she's pretty enough that I think that she's made an impact, but you do want to be there as long as possible. She also should realize, though, getting these brand deals is a lot more helpful when you're really liked. So getting into maybe a relationship with one of these people that the audience likes would be a good idea. I don't know if the swerve, last episode of Aaron's kiss was a good plan for her to get in the likes of the audience, as well as her kind of gossiping about Aaron to Danny, because Danny is definitely not a fan favorite. Well, from what I can tell, anyways, I don't particularly enjoy him. And then he's had the racist tweets and maybe some insensitive comments that have been found in his social media that I don't know if anybody would love him to stay there over any of the OGs. So she must have realized that if she stays with Danny, she is going to be out if we have to dump a couple, because I think everybody would dump Danny and Lucinda if they were together. Her boyfriend is a footballer, like a real one, like a famous one, or like a lower league. Curious. I mean, makes sense, but she's so boring. I'm sorry, Lucinda, you're gorgeous, but even Danny was making fun of her this episode a little bit, being like, oh really? Like when he was making the analogies okay, actually I have a question about that. So Danny and Lucinda have a little bit of a chat, and she has the intention of like cutting it off with him. He has the intention, I guess, of cutting off with her. He does it first with making a black Lamborghini analogy, saying that, it's like you have this beautiful black Lamborghini and you have a set of keys, but the keys don't fit, the car doesn't go. And so she's like, no, I'm the Lamborghini. And he just basically was saying the whole time that she's just like, she doesn't respond to anything. She doesn't add to a conversation. And I can agree with them. She's not, from what I see, the most fun to converse with. I don't know if it's just because she doesn't like anybody, because she's okay with the women. Even with Faye a couple episodes ago, they're talking about how they're the United colors of beige, or the United beige, or something like that, and kind of making a little bit of a joke about how basic they are. So she has a little bit of like humor and a little bit of chat, but maybe just not with Danny. I don't know. Or with Aaron's a bit better, but ooh. He's on the English League team. Okay, I mean, that's cool. She drags her words out. Yes, she does. Thanks for joining us, Dakota. But she only says a few words, though. Like, her vocabulary on the show so far is like 10 words. He dropped her off at the airport. Okay, so this is a plan then. She's going in with a plan. She wants either the money or the PLT deals, for sure. He broke it off with her. Why was she lying to her friends about who broke it up? See, well, because I think she went in with the intention of breaking it off. But anyways, when she relayed the conversation afterwards, I believe it was to Aaron after, she was like, yeah, he was trying to make it seem like he was breaking it off, but I was breaking it off with him. She just repeats what people say. I have not observed her having a proper conversation. Yeah. Really? Do you think so? Really? Like, come on, girl. You got a few more words in you. I believe in you. What else happened in this episode? So, yes, I definitely thought that Chloe and Toby had a great time in the Hideaway. They were fun. I liked them. Jake and Liberty are lying in the date bed, and Jake's being all kind of sentimental and romantic a bit, being like, oh, this is where we first kissed. I'm thinking he's realizing that nobody coming in is going to be for him necessarily, and that he might want to ride this relationship to the end so they have at least a shot at winning. Because if they're the strongest couple, they'll at least get to the final four, final three, and have a shot at the money. So I think they're here to stay. I don't see anybody going in to break up either of them. I like Liberty, but she's just not, from what I see, the type of woman that people will go in and be like, she's my type, she's who I want. She doesn't really have that much of a personality. It's a little bit young, we'll say. It's kind of like a high school-y kind of relationship. So I don't see necessarily people coming into for her specifically, and then I really don't see anybody coming in for him specifically. So I think they're pretty safe at Castle Moore. They'll just be more like fun times and supporting their friends, and yeah, I think they're gonna stay together. I think they're in for the long haul. So when Toby and Chloe come back, they're just like, "Did you miss us?" Actually, the Islander says, "Did you miss us?" And Chloe's like, "Nope." They won me over a little bit in this Hideaway. I wasn't a fan of them before, but this Hideaway made me like them both as a couple a lot better. I guess it's just because they showed they had a personality. Everybody seems so just like nothing's going on with anybody really. It's just so bland, which is just surprising because usually there's so many personalities and characters that go in there that you're just like, I'm always overwhelmed with the amount of personality and chats that people have. So I guess that's why I'm liking Chloe and Toby right now. Hugo, though, is still trying to court AJ a little bit. He brings her a coffee. Everybody's like, oh. And she was kind of basking in feeling adored. So that was a nice feeling for AJ. But Hugo says to the boys that he didn't feel right about the snog. And I think he's talking about the kissing in bed. He's not feeling right about it. And he's saying that there's something missing. So what do you guys think is missing? What is it about AJ that is missing from Hugo? I can't pinpoint what his type is. I can't pinpoint what type of woman he would chase or go after or really want in his life, or that he's attracted to. Like, I can't figure it out. It's just, he's a kind of an enigma to me. I'm like, you know, you're attractive, you're kind. Why can't I tell who you like or what you're interested in? It's just very, I don't know. It's just a very big question mark with me as to who he likes and who would like him back. I need to see, does anybody have any pictures of his ex-girlfriends? Anything. Sam says apparently he doesn't want to fake it, so I don't know at this point. Okay, don't fake it, but what would you be real for? Like, it's just so weird. Hi, King. Do you think that Aaron would switch from Lucinda at Casa Amor? I think so. I think that he thinks she's very pretty, but I think Aaron is liking the chase of Lucinda a little bit right now. And I think Lucinda will be somebody that people will go for. And I don't think that Aaron is Lucinda's type. So I think that Aaron will keep his eyes open, especially if anybody comes in specifically for him, which is a possibility. So I don't think that they will stay together in Casa Amor. I don't get why she keeps saying that AJ, he keeps saying AJ is full on. If he liked her, he definitely would not be saying that. Beggar with a choice. He wants Lucinda. You think he wants Lucinda? Like, that is such a match. Like, I can't even see that. I can't see him with anybody right now. I don't know what his like vibe is. Hi, Lee. Thanks for joining us. Hugo's just awkward and not in an endearing way. Well, he is endearing, but it's not enough to allow people to want to get to know him because he kind of repels them and pushes them away. So maybe he's just not comfortable with his sexuality. I don't know. It's very confusing. With this vote, Kaz definitely won't be going home, but at this point, there are no guys until maybe Kaz some more. I know, it's just so annoying. Like, I don't even know if I love Kaz that much, but like, I want her to have a shot. Like, I want her to find someone that she likes and that likes her back. Like that, I just want to see that. And so it's just really disappointing that they can't really figure it out. Even AJ, bringing AJ in as a bombshell that's 8 years older than some of the guys, it's just not realistic. Like, not at all. It's really, really disappointing, Love Island UK, that the casting didn't improve within this last year and a half. I was really, really had high hopes. So Chloe goes and talks to the girls, and she talks about it being a little bit steamy with chocolate and oils. And Toby's telling the boys, and he was just using all these sports analogies, and like, I didn't really understand them, but it was all like these innuendos and sports analogies and putting things in goals and I don't know. I didn't get it, but the guys seemed to know what he was talking about. So they seem to be enjoying his sports terminology, explaining his hideaway moment. So Lucinda feels like she needs to get to know both of them more. And she's talking to the girls and being like, you haven't snogged Aaron yet, so you don't really know if you're interested in him. And Chloe's like, I've snogged Aaron, and he's a good kisser. And all of a sudden, Lucinda's like, oh, really? So Danny is mocking Lucinda pretty openly to Jake and Liam. Jake and Liam have also, I think it was Liam that was kind of mocking her and like her overlays and how she speaks. It's quite funny that at least the guys are picking it up because she's gorgeous. We know that, and like, as an audience, we're noticing that she, has a certain way of speaking. And so guys who don't usually notice things like this, I find it hilarious that these guys have picked up on the fact that she says only a few words and in a certain way. So Chloe gets a text, and we're going to be facing your feelings with a game of Snog, Marry, Pie. # don't be a pie baby. So this is always a good game just to see where people stand, who likes each other, who doesn't like each other. And surprisingly, I guess they didn't really have much content. They showed all of them, which is usually some of them are saved for unseen bits. So I'm just going to quickly do a rundown. So Liam snogs Kaz, which I was surprised by. Mary's Millie, not surprised by. Pie's Chloe. I'm learning that Chloe and him have kind of like a brother-sister banter relationship. So that's something I didn't know. Jake snogs Kaz as well. Okay. Mary's Liberty, no surprise. And Pie's AJ, because he doesn't know her that well. Toby snogs Chloe, no surprise really. He marries Millie. A little bit of surprise there. I didn't know they even talked at all. And he pies Faye. He said in his confessional that he doesn't like Faye at all. She finds her annoying. Danny snogs AJ. Wait, who's Danny? Oh, I'm like, who's Danny? The new guy. Danny snogs AJ, which was out of left field. Nobody really expected that to happen. He marries Millie. I can't read my writing. And he pies Lucinda. Well, that's because like Lucinda hasn't been completely giving him all the attention. So he got her back by slamming her face with whipped cream. Great move to try to get the girl, but maybe she'd find it endearing. I don't think so. So the producers knew exactly what they're doing with the teaser of Jake and Kaz. Yeah, like that didn't have any payoff whatsoever. What happened? Like I was like, ooh, is Liberty gonna get a little jealous or something? Like, nope. Had nothing to do with anything. They all snogged Kaz because they knew the girls aren't threatened by her. That kind of bothers me that other girls are seen in that way, but Kaz isn't. Yeah. It's like there's no way that I'd be like actually attracted to Kaz, so I'm gonna kiss her because then I won't get in a fight with my girl. It's so not right. Ugh. Kaz is getting done dirty as usual, but she's at least like having fun and she gets to kiss these guys and see what it's like. Get a little bit of loving attention, you know. But I agree. I definitely agree, Sam. Teddy snogs Kaz as well. Marries Faye and pies Liberty. I don't know where that came from. Hugo snogs. Oh, I didn't write down. I put Hugo snogs Hugo. Who did he snog? Was it Millie? Or did he snog AJ? I don't remember who Hugo snogs. I wrote down Hugo. Whoops. He marries Lucinda and he pies Faye. Ooh. And Aaron swerves Kaz. Sneaky. Swerves Chloe, who's like, and he's like, and snogs Lucinda. And he marries Faye. And he marries Kaz and pies Faye. So the other way around happens, and the girls are going up, and so the boys are going up. Wait, what's happening? What am I writing down? Am I just like confusing myself? Who's the first one? Swerve Toby, Snog. Who was that? Who was the first person? Hi, Couch Potato Queens. How are you? How are you doing? We're doing Love Island UK right now. And for whatever reason, I wrote down Toby, but it's not Toby. Who is that? Who would have been first? Would have been Faye? Yeah, it must have been Faye. Okay, so Faye swerves Toby. She snogs Teddy, marries Jake, and pies Hugo. Yes, UK, and then US is at 3 p.m. Eastern. So Chloe goes up next. She snogs Toby, no surprise. Actually, back to Faye's. Obviously, I knew she was going to snog Toby, but I didn't know she'd married Jake, so I didn't know that they had such a close relationship, and I didn't know that she didn't love, I guess Hugo did pie her, so pieing her back. Hugo marrying Lucinda tells us everything we need to know about Hugo's type. But, like, she's so unattainable for him. Like there's just not a universe, I'm sorry, Hugo, where I could see that Lucinda would be able to, it's just too boring. Like he says that she wants people chasing her and all after her and like, you know, really laying it on thick. And he doesn't really do that. I don't think she wants to put any work into the chase at all. So I guess maybe just because she's like very beautiful eye candy, arm candy, eye candy, arm candy, eye candy, arm candy. I can't even talk today. And doing fancy, supposed to be working instead of watching this. Yes, yes, yes. Just hang out here. Hi, M. Jordan. So, M. Jordan, will you let us know, what do you think Hugo's type is? Because he's scared of everybody. Something's missing with him and AJ. He thinks she's going to eat him in bed. He wants to marry Lucinda. Like, he's just all over the place for me, and I just don't get it. Help us understand. Lucinda and Danny going to be dumped tonight, you reckon? I mean, Danny's just probably so unliked. But if they're trying to give Aaron a shot with Lucinda, they might save her. Who else would be dumped, though? Kaz right now is with Aaron. They're safe for sure. Toby and Chloe might be in the bottom, but I think that their Hideaway, for me, maybe like them a little bit more. I like enough Faye and Danny. Liberty and Jake are fine. Even maybe Millie and Liam. Who cares? But maybe Danny, though. But Danny might bring down that duo. Oh, that would be such a slap in the face. I don't know. He's confused. He's low-key like Connor, US season 2, just confused. And also who kind of like Isaiah in USA and a little bit of Jeremy. And just like, I don't get you guys. I don't get it. AJ and Danny, in my opinion. Oh, wait, we're voting for the Islanders, favorite Islanders. Okay, so actually people might be gone. So yeah, Danny, out of there. AJ, yeah, she hasn't been on the show for that long. She's not making a good connection. If it's singular people, I can see that for sure. You forgot about AJ? Yeah, AJ and Janny makes sense to me too. I think Hugo's type is bubbly, sweet, blonde, similar to Liberty. This is the thing. I've always, for myself, anybody that I've been interested in have always been interested in me back. There's never been like a disconnect with people like not vibing with someone that vibes with me back. Unless it was a timing thing where one was in a relationship or somebody was what else wasn't. And so timing wise, it wasn't going to work out. But I've always experienced mutual attraction. So I just don't get being attracted to somebody that's not attracted to me back. And that's kind of what he seems to do. I can't imagine a Liberty type being attracted to Toby back. And so that's what makes me think that he doesn't know what he wants or what he's actually attracted to, because it's usually a match from my experience. I mean, maybe I'm just an enigma here, but I just don't see, it's never like, I'm never chasing someone that's just doesn't find me attractive at all. Danny's public enemy number 1 right now here in the UK. He might go. Yeah, I mean, with his tweets and even his look and him in the villa, I'm not really enjoying him. I can't imagine him outlasting any of the older villagers, Islanders. Wow, then 2 new bombshells that may be voted out. Well, they're not that bombshelly, right? Like, okay, if we're looking at bombshells, the USA's bombshell of West, like that is a bombshell. Harvard, tall, handsome, speaks well, smiles. Like, that's somebody that would not be voted out. But like Danny? I just want the producers of Love Island to bring in 3 bombshell boys. I hate the fact that no one's connecting. They're losing the formula. I don't know what they're trying to get. It's like drama and people just like switching couples, but that switching relationships doesn't mean anything if they don't feel anything. Like, it doesn't matter if we're not invested in them as a couple. Like, the reason why Amber and Michael was such like a whoa, and she got so much support, like, it was just so like, because we thought that she was opening up and they were connecting and he was working really hard to have this connection with her, and we thought that his head would never be turned and that like he was so locked in, and then his head got turned and we're just like, what? And that was like the drama of it all. So if they're not vibing or care about each other and they're just in friendship couples, it doesn't, Casa Amor doesn't work. The show doesn't work. No bomb went off in that villa. No, not a bomb. It was just like someone uninvited to the party. Lucinda might go just so Cass can keep Aaron as a parachute until she finds someone. Or she might have to friend hook up with Hugo if AJ goes. Love Island UK is literally blonde island right now. He's not trying to talk to anyone. He doesn't know what he wants. Yeah, I don't think he knows what he wants. The UK bombshells have been disappointing. Bombshells are meant to make most of their heads turn, but one person. We need love triangles and men to fight for their girls and vice versa. Yes, we need it more. We do. I'm Jordan. I'm wondering if the producers are panicking that like I think the ratings are down. And it's just kind of, people are watching the show because it's a habit and we are fans, but I'm not watching this show because I think it's like as great as it has been in the past. Is it over? Is Love Island UK not going to be good anymore? Is that what happened? Because like, I look forward to the summer and I don't look forward to next summer if it's going to be like this one, you know? Like, I was so excited when season 4 started and so excited when season 5 started. I didn't like season 6, but now I like it way better than season 7. But I know people complain about blondes, but if any other race came in there, they have no other chance. Like Rachel. Yep. Exactly. Does anyone believe Danny is really interested in AJ, or is it just a safe option? I think that he's just trying to make Lucinda jealous. And she's appearing to be like the desperate one that's looking to make a connection. So I think that, yes, it would be a safe bet if that was who chose him, and B, it might light a fire underneath Lucinda's butt. That's what I think. Okay, let's back to the game. So Kaz, Snogs, Hugo, wait. Who did she marry then? Did she marry Aaron? So I put Mary as Hugo. I'm just taking terrible notes. And tried to pie Toby, but then Toby swerved, and then she picked up the pie and kind of eventually got in his face. But Toby, don't be so bright. Like, just take it on the chin or on the face. Millie snogs Liam, no surprise. She marries Toby, bit of a surprise. And pies Jake, surprise. Liberty snogs Jake, no surprise. Marries Aaron because he's saving her girl Kaz, and pies Toby for disrespecting Kaz. AJ snogs Hugo, no surprise. Marries Aaron because Liberty marries Aaron because he brings her coffee and cheese toasties. AJ marries Aaron, I think, as well. I don't know. And pies Teddy. Is that right? Daddy's just childish with his antics. Yeah, he's a bit of an eye roll for me. A lot of an eye roll, to be honest. And then lastly, Lucinda snogs Aaron. Ooh, they snogged each other. Marries Hugo and pies Liam. I don't know where that came from, because like maybe they're good close friends, because Millie's probably her best friend in the villa, but who knows? So I don't know who was talking here. Oh my god, I think it was Aaron and Lucinda. Are you happy with the challenge? How'd you like the pie? And Aaron really wants to kiss her, and she's a little bit scared of, I don't know if scared of him or scared of Danny, but Aaron really wants to kiss Lucinda. So Lucinda pulls Danny for a chat about the challenge, and this is where he kind of breaks up with her. He wanted to see if she got jealous, which he says, when he kissed AJ. But they both don't want to be like in relationships with people that they're not interested in. So he makes the black Lamborghini analogy, and they break up. And so she goes over and decides that she wants to get to know Aaron a little bit more. We see AJ and Danny talking, and she was a bit surprised, as we all were, by Danny choosing AJ to kiss. He says that he just friend zoned Lucinda. And we see Lucinda and Aaron having a final conversation where he's like, well, the first time she kind of had a little bit of a real conversation, being like, have you even been in a relationship here in the villa? Like, and he says that he was in a relationship with Sharon, and she was like, oh, what was it, for like a day? And he was like, it was for about as long as you were with Brad. And so I like that he was able to lay it back, because she was being a little bit rude, and like, you know, we saw how much she was crying over Brad, and they were together for like 4 days. And so they do kiss, and I couldn't really see it. He was kind of covering the kiss, so I couldn't tell if it was good or not. But that's the end of the episode. We are going to be choosing our favorite Islander, one male, one female, as far as I know, to save, I guess. And then maybe the bottom guy and girl will be voted out, or the Islanders have to pick between the two of them who stays, who goes, something like that. Lucinda is not giving Danny any pie energy. Must have made him feel dumb. Yeah, she didn't care enough to pie him. Yeah, she doesn't care. It's funny. Jordan, if it's okay for Love Island UK to bring guys, girls, that are only into white people, why can't they bring guys that are only into black people? I don't know. It's also the same reason, like, why does Danny get to have racist tweets that he gets to make a statement about from the villa and learn about these allegations, when Sharif makes a little slip of the tongue, little rhyming couplet that could be considered offensive, but it wasn't even directed specifically at someone, and he gets kicked off the show. So I don't know. It doesn't seem as though the show treats their black contestants equally, unfortunately. But that's all I have for you guys today. Obviously, I'll be back tomorrow with Love Island episode 22 of the UK. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're just trying to build our army of people that love reality TV as much as I do. I love talking to all of you guys. Ooh, we have a little last minute question here. Okay, Dakota wants to know, well, the Islanders probably have an agenda. That's true. And would just lie to hop on the show when questioned about these topics. Well, maybe look at their social media and see like who they hang out with, who they date in the past. That's a telltale sign. If they aren't white, chances are they might be open to dating other backgrounds. That's the thing too. When's the US stream? It's going to be in about 17 minutes. I'm going to go live with Tamika right after this. So thanks for joining me here. Please like this video. Leave some comments. Leave some comments as to why do you think that there are no couples and relationships being made in the villa this season? What are the producers doing wrong? What can the producers do to change this dynamic? Because I want this to be a good season. They still got a lot of good weeks left. So let's see if the producers can make something happen. And I want to hear your thoughts as to what they can do. So that's all I have for you guys today. Like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a comment, and join me across the street at Love Island US, 3 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to talk about the exclusive Paramount Plus episode. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.